What you just witnessed there, no, that wasn't a peaceful protest like the media wants you to believe. No, that was the birth of a nation. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, or as it's being referred to, CHAZ. Yes, you heard right. Seattle has fallen. Antifa and the Black Lives Matter movement have occupied the city and set up their own country. And tonight on Freedom's Not Free, we're going to be covering CHAZ, its leaders, its message, and how it's a threat to the United States of America. So, now that Antifa's got their own country, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, which is 6 blocks of downtown Seattle, which they have conquered, which is kind of funny considering that earlier in the week they were tearing down statues of Christopher Columbus, and the first thing they do is claim their own land in another country, which sounds a lot like something Christopher Columbus did. And that's not the only thing. I mean, these people have released a manifesto of what they want from the federal government, and it includes get rid of your Second Amendment. They don't want people to have guns, but they allow people to carry guns in CHAZ. They want open borders. Anybody from around the world should be able to enter America, they say. But they gather all the fence and barricades throughout the city and build a border to keep people out of CHAZ. They don't like the police, but they set up their own police force, which not only is enforcing their borders, it's stopping and frisking people in the borders to make sure they don't have guns, which is a lot like New York's stop and frisk policy, which they hated. So, Antifa, the anti-fascist organization, have got their own country, and they've done everything they say they stand against, including appointing their own warlord. Raz Simone is the newest warlord to hit the streets of the world. He is now the man in control of downtown Seattle. He was either appointed or took charge, it's not really clear, but he was a struggling SoundCloud rapper who now has control of a capital city in the United States of America. And let's listen to some of his beats and see how great of a SoundCloud rapper he is.
2 niggas got shot down my block today. I was just trying to get this guap today.
Yep.
Glad I got 2 new spin-offs for my Glock today. In my career, lucky if you get to walk away. All my niggas
Yeah.
bloods, cause it's hot today. Most of my niggas is G's because my block's the A. This black umbrella shit is real, you can't stop the wave.
Yeah, that's enough of that shit. Yeah, he's a gangbanger. Well, a wannabe gangbanger. I mean, downtown Seattle is controlled by a wannabe gangbanger. So that's happening. I mean, that's where we're at in this world. And, I mean, with a man like this in charge, I mean, the news is saying it's peaceful. I mean, surely it has to be, so let's see how this new warlord interacts with his people. I did some digging on the internet, and I was able to find a video of Raz that had an altercation with a person. The video starts off, but halfway through, it's put down and you can't really see anything, but you can still hear Raz talking. And when the cameras are off, let's hear what he has to say to his citizens. I mean, let's check it out.
What the fuck you talking about 15 minutes, nigga? What the fuck you talking about? Don't be talking no threats around here, my nigga. Don't be saying no threats, nigga. I'll blow your brains out, nigga. Don't do that.
I'll blow your brains out.
I don't want to live, bro. Tell me, I don't care. Cut it. Stop that.
I'll blow your brains out. I don't want to live. The dude says, kill me. I mean, this is how a wannabe gangbanger is now handling a city which he is appointed warlord. You can't make this shit up. Welcome to 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with a leader like that, a wannabe gangbanger who's now warlord of a capital city in America, you think the news would be furious. You think everybody would be reporting on what's really going on, and you'd be wrong. If you talk to the mayor, she says it's a summer of love, and networks like CNN and news sites around the country have been talking about how this is a peaceful protest. I mean, when they show footage like this. They show the sign to go in, no armed guards, people peacefully walking around, the future utopia that the left wants to bring around a nation. I mean, ignore the graffiti and the broken windows and stuff like that. Look at all the peace. That's what they want you to think. That is what they're trying to portray this as. But if you get off of mainstream media and you look on social media, you see something different. You see people standing off with the police. You see bottles being thrown. You see Molotov cocktails. You see tear gas. You see riots. This is the type of stuff that's really going on. These people are trying to provoke the police into attacking them. You see the gates. You see the armed guards. Nothing is being hid. I mean, you can find this on social media, but the media is portraying it as the summer of love, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's nuts that this has happened. An American city has been taken over by a terrorist organization and nobody is losing their minds. What is the message that's being delivered behind the scenes? Like, what is going on? What is really taking part? What are these people preaching? Well, I have a clip of that too from a leaked speech that was given out to the protesters. So let's pull that up.
I'm going to do something today that I stopped doing because which is educating white people, because I don't think you know how to listen. I genuinely believe that it's not one of your best traits. As far as I can tell, murder is.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The nation of CHAZ, located in downtown Seattle. It's led by a wannabe SoundCloud rapper who labeled himself Dictator Warlord, and it preaches hate by saying white people are good at nothing but committing murder, when the man speaking is white himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bunch of condescending bullshit led by a terrorist organization that the media is portraying out to be a summer of love in a capital city of the United States of America. And nobody is doing anything about it. The mayor's not going to, the governor's not going to, but something needs to be done because this is dangerous. If left unchecked, this could turn into Harper's Ferry. You could have more people around the country declaring their own autonomous zones. And when the government moves in to finally shut down these terrorist organizations, the Democrats could use it as a spark that launches a powder keg. Read up on Harper's Ferry and what happened. It led to the Civil War, and the exact same thing could happen here. So this is dangerous, and it needs to be stopped. And President Trump needs to send in the troops or the National Guard to get it done. Because the longer this goes on, the more likely we are to see copycats, and we can't have that, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I was making this shit up, but this is 2020, and this is what we're dealing with. But until next time, guys, this is Freedom's Not Free, and if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe on YouTube or like the page, share the word. Until next time, this is Freedom Not Free, and we're out.